Welcome, Spark. So what kind of Spark are you? Player? Creator? Or both? The stories yet to be told. The games to be made. Civilizations and societies to be formed. The universe is waiting for you to bring it to life. Now, how do we begin?
Hey guys, welcome to a special Project Spark stream where we are going to be covering exclusively Codian Archives.
Yes.
Codian Archives is the newest Project Spark pack that is coming out tomorrow. It's coming out tomorrow for 900 tokens and 36,000 credits for premium members, and it is one of our biggest packs. It's if you do the counting, it is in some regards bigger than the Keys to the Castle pack.
Yes, absolutely.
And you can make some really cool things with this.
It also happens to come with a character, so.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so, why is chat hidden? We'll take care of that. So anyways, the Codian Archives pack comes with, we're looking at 40 props. We're looking at a new character, including 3 character assemblies, and this is one of my favorite packs I've been waiting for a while. So I am so excited that starting tomorrow, I can start building stuff with this, because I was secretly waiting for this for a few things I've been creating.
I mean, even I have to be perfectly honest. There's just so many assets that, like, just seeing it around. I'm working on, like, a little village thing. I'm just like, all this lovely stone would look really great.
Yeah. So this is one of the scenes from, for those of you who caught it, our video that we put out on YouTube on Tuesday that shows off Codian Archives. We're actually going to be playing around in the level that we used for that video. And this is just one of the reveal shots of the 3 different Codian assemblies where I press right trigger and bam, these things open up. And so we actually, our team does spend quite a bit of time making these videos, making sure they're looking nice and they show off these all of our different characters well. And yeah, these the Golem is a really, really cool new character because of, my favorite is his death and revive animation.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh my, I mean, it's just.
Yeah.
I think it works with attachments too, though I don't want to say that without being fully sure. Don't quote me on it, but that would.
It does.
Like,
well,
yeah.
because those assemblies that I was just showing off, those are this is that room I was just in. But those assemblies use attachments. That's kind of how they work. So let's get rid of this, and I'm just going to show you. Just because we've already built it, I gotta show you guys the new Golem character in his glory. Come in here. This is kind of the shot we set up for the Golem reveal. Let's do ignore line there. And so the Golem kind of comes apart when he dies like that. And then when he revives, he does this cool thing where he kind of comes back together. All of his pieces kind of form together. So it's a cool thing that you can use for, you can put some attachments there and you can make some really awesome rock golems pretty easily.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, you don't really need to worry about things kind of tumbling or things falling off, because if you just follow his death animations that we have in this Golem character, then you have some really nice animations of things kind of falling apart.
Absolutely, and you can do it for like a lot of different things. You can turn it upside down if you want to do some crazy animation stuff.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
interesting. I didn't think about that.
Right, so there's all these different things, because if you make the character invisible, use the attachments, then you just have these floating objects and you can manipulate them however you want. And during the revive and death animations, I mean, you should be able to do crazy stuff. I can't wait.
Yeah.
It should be awesome.
All right, so one of the first things I want to show off is the ancient stone painting material. So you get one new painting material with this pack, and it's basically the same painting material that's on the side of a lot of these props.
Right.
So it's an easy way to make. So like you have this pillar right here. easy way to make this pillar kind of blend in with its surrounding. So it's a nice way to we're trying to make it so it's easy for you to blend terrain and props,
Right.
because a lot of the best way to make interiors right now is with terrain. So by having this terrain and having the props be the similar makeup, it makes it a lot easier for you to make interiors, make some dungeons for your game. So I'm just gonna paint all of this, and then let's bring in the dirt here. I'm gonna use this kind of as my space where I start placing all of the different props, because there's a lot of props.
And so, you say that right now terrain's kind of the best way to do interiors. I honestly think with this pack that could very well change. This has a lot of stuff to do interiors with, which is something I'm super excited about.
That is a really good point. I think this pack is, and this is my favorite content pack for creating architecture, because it's so vast, and you got nice straight edges of everything,
right?
And you just have so many different pieces to work with. And so another great thing is we've heard the feedback from our community loud and clear that they want things to be as separate from each other as possible. So we really did that as much as we could here, with separating out a lot of different pieces so you can modularly put them together. And let's just start that with the pipes. So we have some pipes to help you make some nice steampunk worlds.
Yeah.
So we got a straight pipe. We then also have a piece of a curved pipe.
And the really cool part about this one is, from what I've seen, it actually loops around and you're able to make a circle with it, right?
Yeah, exactly. So actually, I have that set up already that I can show you. So we got those two. And here's just something that we built with those pipes, where you can see it just loops into a perfect circle. This is where we put together both straight pipes and loop pipes to make like a cool little track. So you can make a full steampunk piping system with this pack. But this is part of the feedback that we heard. We wanted to make it so each pipe piece you can take apart and put together to build your kind of own pipe tracks. So that's something that we've definitely done here. We even have kind of, this is very ruinous. This is from the ancient Codian civilization. So we have a damaged pipe piece also, where pipes might burst. So instead of like a curved pipe, you come in here and let me grab that. And then you have, like, say the pipe kind of ends in place where it might have burst over years of maluse,
Right.
something along those lines.
Or maybe something, the catastrophe that made this a ruin also happened to burst the pipe at the same time it kind of happened.
Yeah, and also probably some of you are looking at this and saying, hey, that would make a pretty interesting crown for like a villain, right? That's what I thought when I first saw this. All right, so those are just
what that actually, sorry, complete tangent, that would make an absolutely amazing grass piece for a very primitive kind of landscape.
Oh, that's interesting. Looks like an umbrella holder. That's also interesting. So we also have we got the ancient battlement. We have both kind of a more intact version and a broken version. We have that for a lot of our props here. So we wanted to make it so basically when you're making stuff with the Codian Archives pack, you can make brand new looking stuff or very decrepit old looking stuff that's been around for a while, been misabused,
time worn.
Yeah, and Wednesday stream. This is a special stream for our community. We wanted to give everyone a full showing of the Codian Archives pack a day before it comes out, so everyone can see kind of all of the cool pieces of it. So we got this bounce pad. The bounce pad is actually
not quite an assembly.
No, it's not. But it's a piece that a lot of people can use with 2D creations. I'll show you what I mean, because we have an on state here. Let's turn it power on, and you watch, and like, bam, it punches upwards. When it does that, when it punches upwards, whatever's on it, it's going to launch that thing skyward. So just that simple thing, you put in this little piece, you set it to power on, and it kind of bumps something upwards.
Very cool.
So yeah, we got that. We got the ancient bridge.
Oh, this one looks like an amazing prop, I have to say.
Yeah. We're giving you guys more bridges. We had the castle bridge. We had the recent troll bridge. Now we have the ancient bridge, which also kind of has this cool little arrow here, which could actually, if you put it like on the side of something, could make an interesting, like a old-fashioned sign with an arrow that's kind of been misused.
The dev team kind of lovingly referred to this as the arrow bridge while they were working on it, I remember.
Yeah. Oh, bridge to make walls. That's interesting. Let's see
for sure. That'll make an amazing wall.
Yeah, I could see this. This could make some pretty cool walls too.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, I mean, everything's blue right now, which is kind of cool. You know, it kind of gives the idea of Codite, the idea of all this like ancient civilization building with a different kind of material. This can easily be turned to something like gray or something like some kind of brick, like natural earthy red tones. And you can kind of even go like Sumerian with this kind of stuff. Doesn't really have to be otherworldly. You could very easily make this kind of fertile crescent-y looking if you just kind of, you know, redden the tones and mute it a little bit. I think it'd be really great.
Yeah, let's bring out one of the wall pieces. Let me show the wall pieces because this is one of my favorite parts. Is you have, let's just go all of the wall pieces. Let's bring this out. So we got regular wall piece. We have the kind of longer wall piece. We then, even to help you make stuff more modular, we have a wall corner piece.
Oh,
this is of course I forgot to place it. This is, as you can see, they snap really well together.
yeah.
And then the last part we have is kind of a chipped off pieces of wall. So maybe a wall.
And this is a really important piece too. Like this is one of the more important ones. It's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
The Codian text on the pad says "keep this area clear." Maybe it should, right?
That's interesting. So yeah, these pieces are. I mean, these are what will allow you to make awesome things. These 4 pieces right here, you got yourself a dungeon.
And can you kind of like snap them together? I mean, I know that I get the idea that they will snap, but how do they look when they are actually snapped? Man, that's quite seamless. That's quite awesome.
Yep.
You gotta keep going. They kind of snap into each other even further if you want to kind of control the depth in which they snap.
Yeah, it's also probably better if you do that way.
I mean, they both look pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's all.
So that way you see, like, you don't see it repeating as much.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then let's change this.
Yeah.
To here, and so you see the pieces. We made them so they fit seamlessly together here.
Right. And that's using the snapping tool. I'm sure everyone watching the stream is familiar with that. But what's pick a nice little. So one thing I saw is you can take a column and kind of make it jut out of the wall, and it kind of looks organic. But no, that's kind of a buttress. Obviously, this looks really great.
Yeah, and I'm just showing these because I want to showcase the fact that we made all these different pieces so that you can really customize the look of your stuff. So you got this thing was kind of intended for you to kind of put it on the edge here, but you can use that as a pretty sick candle holder or kind of part of a crown for a person.
Yeah.
Then we have even more pieces that you can use. We got another corner trim. You can put, I like to put this near the top. And let's flip this.
Yeah.
And this kind of seamlessly goes on here as well. So, I mean, as you guys can see, one of the big things we really spent time doing with this pack. This pack has been in development for a while because we really wanted to make it modular for you guys, make it very useful for whatever you want to create. And I think this pack is a fuller realization of where we want to go with kind of opening up props more.
And like one thing
here's one of my favorites.
I think
we
it's
got
about
the
time.
swirl. we have now you can put a swirl.
Done.
Yep.
Cut out all the middlemen. Let's just get the swirl in there.
I know. It's you finally. We know you've just been asking, why can't we just have a swirl?
Yeah, exactly.
Now you got a swirl.
But I mean, we keep saying, and it keeps being true. Every time we make a pack, we learn more about how to make packs. We try to make them better. We try to get what people want. When we say that, we're not just trying to sell you stuff. We are constantly working on our skills to try to make this stuff in a timely fashion, in a way that it gets it out and gets everyone what they want. And this is just another example of, we want to keep putting packs out like this. Hopefully you all think this is an improvement. I'm not saying the packs we did in the past are bad. I'm just saying this Codian Archive pack is really quite something.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's just hopefully more to come.
And then we got these nice decorations can make sort of you put these in between wall pieces so they make nice breaks in the wall. I always do that where I accidentally hit B because I think I've already placed it, so I hit B to exit out. It's one of the, but you put this in between wall pieces, and let's bring a character in here. So why don't we have you play as a Kodian Golem? How about that? Let's scale him up.
All these things are incredibly huge.
Yeah, so we made the pieces very, very large for you, but they scale down really small as well.
Absolutely.
So let's, just to show you. So the pieces are meant to be large. As you can tell, this Kodian Golem, I scaled up to twice its size, and it's still kind of a dwarf compared to these. But these pieces you can also scale down to
incredibly tiny.
to these really tiny little pieces.
Oh my goodness. That has to be the smallest prop I've ever seen.
Right?
I think that is the smallest prop I've ever seen.
So just because these are giant pieces, do not worry. You can scale them up and down a lot. So you can scale them. You can scale these pieces enough so that you can make them, like, these can be pieces of your character.
Yeah.
They can even be little tiny pickups in the world. Like, look how tiny that little guy is. He's so tiny. Now he's so huge. One thing I forgot to do is, let's just go back over here where we had the Codian set up.
Yeah.
I have the camera still active here. I want to turn that camera off.
Well, a lot more people are on the stream. You want to show that shot to them real quick?
Oh, right when I took it off?
Yeah, right when. Hey, that'd be the best time.
Alrighty. So we got the hero shot of our Golem.
And we were saying earlier in the stream that kind of building everything up again, that will work with his attachments, so you can do it with any object. You could do it with the little wall pieces, I just found out.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, how's it
Hey,
going?
guys.
Yeah. This isn't the storage closet.
You want to grab those two seats?
All right, so we have BJ and Keith from the content team joining us
Oh, man.
Yo. While we're talking about Codian Archives. So I was just about to show them actually kind of open up the Golem here. Cool thing I just showed them, I actually never scaled this down to the full percentage you can scale it down to, but it's so tiny. Yeah, but one thing I think we got to show next, because we now have Keith here, is something that a labor of love of Keith's, which is, let me just set up the shot here. Keith, you built a train.
I guess, if you want to call it that.
What would you call it if not?
Oh no!
What did you do to the train?
Yeah, I wouldn't call that a train.
Yeah, that's not a train. I call that a...
Ghost train.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. Ooh, I like that. All right, so let's go over here to the train. Is it full? Yeah, it's cool. It's a full thing. So Keith, you were the main person who was responsible for making that the awesome video that we put out about Codian Archives. So when you saw Codian Archives, what made you think, I want to build a train with this?
I have no idea. I was just sitting at work, and I thought like some of these pieces could be kind of steampunkish, in the right context. So then I was like, I bet you I can make a train out of this. And a couple people came up to me like as I was building it, and they're like, "Oh, that kind of looks like the thing from Back to the Future." And I was like, "I guess it kind of does." Like I wasn't actively thinking about it,
Yeah.
but you know, I went back and looked at it. It looks actually nothing like it, but
It's more like the one from Wild Wild West.
right.
Yeah,
Which
yeah.
is a
A
quality
movie that
movie.
I never saw, by the way. Never saw.
I saw that several times. I'm not proud of it, but I saw it several times.
Yeah, I really like the piping work you did here.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what made me think steampunkish, is because of the piping.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just started taking the architecture pieces and I turned them on their sides. And like one of the things I was doing, I guess the thing I made first was the room with the golem when he comes together from like his dead state to his alive state.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the platform, like the staircases that go up, they're just a bunch of the bounce pads, like successively smaller and then raised up.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
it looks really good. And so
Yeah,
I
let's show
flipped
that.
the that's actually the other one. Oh, with these,
You have it
yeah,
here too.
These work
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
So this is what, like 5 pieces of the jump
I think
pad on
like
top of each other?
Five bounce pads on top of each other, and the way like the asset looks or the prop looks, it looks naturally like stairs when you start raising them up and then shrinking them down, which is really cool.
Yeah, and they have good collision for that too, because
Yeah.
we wanted to make sure that people could walk up them well. And
That's great.
Yeah, so then I flipped like the stone cylinder on its side, and then I thought, oh man, these stairs, if like I make them actually the increment small enough, kind of looks like the front of a train, and if you turn the power on, you light them up, it even looks more like that. And then I started taking other pieces and adding more details, and the buttresses make really cool kind of like supports for the locomotive, and you put some grills on the side, and you've got yourself a steampunk train. I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's super cool. Let's jump into the golem, the Codian golem here. I'm actually gonna give him.
They say the jump pad is the start to an awesome UFO, which I hadn't even thought about.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, that'd be cool.
You could like power it on, and that's kind of its power on state could be like sort of when it's bringing people up like through its little beam.
Yeah.
Got that you put on the power on state. Just showed off.
did you show the golem's default brain that he has?
I did not yet.
Yeah, we added something cool to him because he has the unique revive and death animation where he crumbles apart, and then when he revives, they reform. And then so we wanted to play with that in his default brain, and so...
I'm gonna bring in this guy so he can fight against him.
Okay. Yeah, so give him put a weapon in your hand probably, because it's pretty tough.
Yeah, I guess I could put a Kodian weapon in my hand.
Yep.
Although would that make it too easy? Because
No, it doesn't matter. We just want to show you what he does when you kill him by default.
yeah, so we got the we have the ancient Kodian mace, the ancient Kodian sword. BJ, you want to talk about sort of the Kodian tier of
Yeah, so
weapons?
weapon wise in the Fantasy Realms universe, we have a tier system for the default damage values for all the melee weapons, and the Codian is the highest tier. It's above legendary damage, and so these weapons have the most out of the box damage of any melee weapon that we've shipped so far. Nothing's been in that Codian tier. So if you're looking for some super one-hit kill weapons right out the gate, just equip these. So yeah, so by default, so he'll die, and then
Oh man.
Oh, he comes back.
Yeah, so we were with that, we were kind of it got us thinking, like, oh my gosh, the red skeletons from Castlevania.
Yeah.
You just put them down, and you never kill them, they never die. And so that's kind of what we wanted to do here with this guy, was give people an example of how you can do that in the brain, and it just works so well with with the animations that he has for death and revive.
Yeah.
Super
That looks incredibly awesome.
cool. Yeah.
Much like all the other stuff in this pack. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is like one of my favorite packs in a lot.
Yeah, same here.
I like a lot of architecture pieces because you can do a lot of neat stuff with them. This is just
And
like,
there's some symmetrical pieces in here. I know a lot of people have been wanting some symmetrical pieces and just some squares and cubes.
Yeah, so we got the other cool thing that I was talking a bit about is the fact that we kind of have a undamaged and a damaged version of a lot of these for two different settings of sort of if you want to make a immaculate looking dungeon area or kind of a decrepit looking dungeon area.
Or if you want to swap states from healthy to damaged. And
that I could make a time traveling game.
Yeah.
Where you
even
kind
the
of go
little,
forward
the
in
little
time.
battlements,
Take the train
some of the
over.
little pillar pieces, there's healthy and damaged ones like those. Yeah. So you
Yeah.
can just,
Yeah.
you know, when that one blows up, play an effect, and then swap it to the other one and damaged one.
I actually use that in some of like the settings. Like you'll see some of the walls have like the normal blocks on them, and then there are some ruined ones. Just one for visual, break it up visually, and two because it just looks like it's lived in more.
Yeah, because we got this wall piece that's a bit more
Yeah, I
kind
like
of
that.
broken up.
I like that piece simply because like you can attach it to the existing pieces, and it makes it look like it's
Yeah.
you know an old wall.
Yeah. That's a nice little cap thing. You can flip it 90 degrees and then put it on the end to get some extra texture, or
Yep.
you can
Oh,
stick it
yeah.
around the walls to give some extra depth. Yeah.
Yep.
And they all, if you have the grid snap on, they'll all snap.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, that's really cool.
The other thing I like to use that one for,
Yeah, here,
Oh.
you want to take over
sure,
control?
maybe just for a little bit here. Let's see. Let's put this grid snap on. Boop boop. This also, like, it's good on these walls here if you want to make little areas for the people to, like, you know, walk along and stand and shoot their bows and all that kind of stuff. Something else cool, this piece, the tower base, this is a good one. One thing that's cool about this one is, of course, this is designed to just snap right on top of it. Boop. So you can do that. The other thing that's cool about this one is the default size works really well for if you want to get some extra trim.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So you can put that under there. You can, saving. And you can put it at the bottom here too, and have a little frame around that.
Yeah, it's really nice. I love the way all these pieces like fit together.
I know, honestly though, but they all do fit. Like, so what
Yeah.
BJ's kind of showing us all these little ways to like intersect them and kind of change their silhouette a little bit. It's nice because they're also modular. That like you can do that to so many different areas of the piece.
Yeah.
So, S&D in chat asked if you had custom sound effects for us, BJ.
I've just gotten over a cold, so my voice is kind of not there today for sound effects. But if any strike me, I'll whip some out.
God, yeah, there's just... Like, we realized when we were putting this stream together that we needed to do a full 1 hour stream just on Codian Archives because there's so much to show off here.
Let's do block. So I just took the decorative piece here, scaled it down, threw the equip brain on it, and it's a pretty sweet little shield.
Oh, yeah. That fits with
And
your clothing pieces.
it goes well with that. All the pieces, all the 40 props or however many's in here, all of them, I went through and did that for stuff. So there's, I think a lot of them, the majority are fist type, but there are some sword type. This one is really cool. Did
Yeah, it
you
kind
guys
of
throw
amazes
the
me that-
ring in here?
Every single one of these is equipable, right? Every
Yeah.
single prop.
Yeah.
Wow.
This one, I love it. This one's cool equipping.
So make should make a Kodian boomerang out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Codian horseshoe. Moose asked if we could get one ninja magic.
Ninja magic!
Oh man.
Here we go. This one's sweet.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I put the agile type on that, so it's nice and swift, and the full ring works like that too. So it's kind of like a
It's
hula hoop
like a
kind of
fist,
weapon.
fist
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. And I really like how you put it in the center of it, too. That's really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that's fun.
It is.
Stay down. Really good shields in here as well. Any kind of more of the rectangular wall, square wall kind of pieces are in most cases going to be good shields. Oh,
I hit B all the time.
dude,
also.
I wish I got an achievement for how many times I did that. Helps me if I place it first.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's like a tower shield right there.
Yeah.
These are actually really great little starter things for like really complex weapons. That's
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is I had a lot of fun using various props from the Golem and then any of these other props and, making the character invisible and building my own, ancient, Golem-y stone type characters out of the stuff in this pack and setting them up with these weapons. And yeah, it was a blast. You guys showed the Codian Archives assembly?
not
No,
Oh,
not yet.
you want to show that?
Yes.
Or you want to do some other stuff first?
No, that's we haven't shown any of the effects either,
Okay.
because the effects that come with this are super cool. So.
yet. Yeah,
You
absolutely.
might not be able to place it. It's the option code.
Oh yeah. So you may not. I did delete quite a few objects.
Oh, okay,
Let's see if
okay.
you can place it. We're almost at the object count maximum on this level because of all the
Oh.
cool things Keith built. So
Oops.
we'll see if you can place it. No.
Oh.
You might want to go out. So
You want to save this real quick? Let's just save it,
yeah.
in case you want to come
Save
back
it
in.
and then go out to another world.
So can you kind of tell me the idea behind the Codian Archives assembly?
Yes, so
So this is, I think, the first assembly that shares the name with a pack. It could be great.
yeah. So ultimately we
Baseball trivia.
yeah, we really wanted to, just give people an example of kind of how to work with some of these architecture pieces and use them in creative ways and what can I build, because if you throw them all out in your world, it kind of looks like, okay, there's some wall stuff, there's some tube stuff and some pillar stuff, but some people, it might be a little bit of a stretch to get these things, going into something that's fairly grand. So
Kind of get the visual language of the pack. so to
yeah,
speak.
so we wanted to build just kind of one epic assembly that gives you an example of what you can do. And so this is what we came up with. This is the Codian Archives.
Massive.
Get that down there. Boom. Yeah, so Spencer on the art team built this. So yeah, of course he's playing with scale and everything, but we're showing, here's where the sconce is. The sconces are meant to be like lights. You can put flames on them or whatever, and torches, and then the bridge and the gate, and creative ways of using the portcullis here with the decorative things and the buttresses, the battlements and all that, and the corner pieces. And so we kind of wanted to build this kind of archives, cathedral, church kind of thing. We haven't really built any. These pieces obviously make really good castles. Like, we were playing with them, and the first thing that's easy to build that you start building with is just start kind of building a kind of a classic castle. But we wanted to do something more than just that castle, because we already have the keys to the castle pack.
Right.
Right.
So yeah, so
Yeah,
that's what
really.
that's
You
what
wanna-
Spencer came up with,
You wanna
and
go
then
walk inside of it?
yeah,
Yeah, Spencer's pretty much a boss.
yeah.
I like how it's so big compared to your guy.
Yeah. Yeah, this thing is awesome.
So that's an effect, right? That's one of the new effects.
It's one of the new effects used multiple times, and I believe the brain is coming from here, or there's a logic cube up here that he uses to create it. So you guys can break that down and see how he did it. But yeah, we wanted to create like some kind of central map of the universe, kind of, you know, galaxies kind of thing. It also kind of ties it into the sci-fi, because the Codians, you know, they've been around forever. These are really cool ways of using some of the other decorative pieces. This kind of chalice thing here with the stone ball from the starter pack, just chilling in there. We also left some of these pockets open to just kind of let people plug in whatever they want to put in. And he's got a little vent going on there with the grate. But yeah, this place is pretty cool. Pretty epic.
Yeah, it really is. So the default size of these props, they can be scaled down super small, but they're pretty large. What was your thinking behind starting them out large? Is it because you want to make large, the Codian archives or the Codians would have large structures, mainly?
Yeah, anytime we do any kind of architecture like this, the default scale, you know, we have design docs with measurements and all that kind of stuff in them. Like, here's our minimum door width, and here's how it, you know, relates to like a troll or a brute or a human character or a Codian, and the Codians are on the tall rigs, so they're a little taller and stuff. And so we just want to make sure that, like, if we put a wall in there, like by default, just that one wall makes sense as a wall to a Codian. You don't have to stack two of it to make sense as a wall when compared to the Codian.
Makes sense, because yeah, Codians are taller than humans.
Yeah. Cool. So let's see the effects in this one.
The crazy thing is, I think we've only shown like half the props, not even half the props at this point.
Jeez. I waited a while before I came in too.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cool effect. Yeah, this is the one that Spencer's using in there. This is like a Codian energy field kind of thing. You can use it. It's, you know, it's spherical. It's got some kind of pixie dust stuff going on in it, and just a nice subtle ring. And it does, of course, it rotates well and all that. Some of our older VFX, we didn't have a lot of the tech and stuff wasn't in place to get some of our older effects to rotate well. Any of you hardcore people know that some of the other effects don't rotate well, but we're always trying to make sure that they do these days. And
one of my favorite things when like we get a new effect is, because they always have like multiple channels on them, is recoloring them and then like just eliminating one of the channels and seeing what I can like construct from some of the parts
like
of it.
This pixie dust the first thing you notice is obviously the ring, but just the pixie dust alone does some really cool stuff.
Yeah, it like, has cool movements and like
and this, the kind of flame thing, aura-y stuff. Now I think this was originally kind of created for the insides of the Kodian golems, right?
Yeah.
But man, it just works so well other places. It's kind of this essence-y, floaty, I can't really say flame, it's more of like a plasma of some kind. It's really awesome.
Yep. So other assemblies that we included, there's 3 complex AI, and they all have different items from the pack attached to them to give them a visual distinction. There's the Guardian, the Sentinel, and the Marauder. So the Guardian is just the standard unarmed melee guy here. And then these ones do make use of the Codite essence that's powering them. So we kind of did some work on his head here, used the sconce under there to give him this kind of underbite jaw kind of thingy going on. So if you fight this guy, he's just kind of cruising around, and then he'll detect you, and then he lights up his fists, and then he'll come at you with melee and strafe around you, get his attacks on.
Wow, he does a lot of damage too.
Yeah, so that's that guy. And there's the Marauder. This guy's the bigger one.
And the kind of lore behind these Codian golems.
This guy will
Oh.
charge at you and use the mace.
They're kind of like these leave-behinds of Codians who've left these archives. They're kind of here to protect. And they were originally used in the Great War, right?
Yeah, they built him to help fight against the Void, and as a creature, as something that, like the original goal was that let's build something that can't be corrupted by the Void, so they can't just, if take over our forces and take over living stuff and corrupt it and turn it to their side. So they wanted to create something that the Void couldn't take over. So they were going to have to just, if they want to get rid of him, they got to beat him down physically. And just destroy them. One thing, let me show you here real quick. So these guys do have another thing built into their system. So they have shields. So that you see that blue meter come up as I beat him up. It also, if I leave it alone too long, it'll recharge and he'll get full recovery. So you want to beat that shield down, and then at that point, his red meter will appear, and then that's when you can do the real damage to him.
So default, these are also definitely the more difficult enemies too.
Yes.
It'd be like if you're making a pretty expansive game, these would be kind of your upper level enemies to
Yeah,
fight against.
yeah. These are like lieutenants, elites. You could even use this guy as a boss.
Yeah.
And then the other one is.
Oh, this one might be my favorite.
Yeah, this guy's
How
cool.
he
Yeah,
looks.
the Sentinel.
Yeah.
So the Sentinel. Let's take him over here so I don't get by these other guys. Sentinel uses the Codian sword, but in a unique way, rather than just coming at you and chopping with it, which he can do. He also has this ability. Let's get him to do it. It's at range.
Oh, I know which one you're trying. It's moving too fast.
Yeah. He's on me. It looks like he's got a swan coming out of his head.
I just thought it looked like he had a shield in his left hand too.
Oh, yeah, like a nice little buckler.
Yeah. There he goes. Okay, so yeah, he can throw his swords out, which is pretty cool.
So this is totally another boss too. I could see. Fight him up close. When you back off, he throws his swords out at you.
Yeah, and these guys will also drop XP for bosses, for champions. So if you're making a champion game, these guys will give you champion XP.
In Crossroads?
Just in general. I should be able to just load up a champion here. There's no champion in Codian Archives.
Oh, no, that was something we removed from the
What?
public for now.
No. You're lying. I don't believe you.
Okay.
Are you sure? No. No.
No.
Yeah, we
This man's been sick. Don't mess with him.
yeah, you're in UGC champions. Oh god, that's so cool. Champions can't get XP anymore. We found a lot of exploits. Should make its return though.
Nice.
You're right.
God,
Then our marketplace text is incorrect.
well.
Yeah. Because I even got a confirmation on that before we shipped out this marketplace text. I was like, these guys do give you champion XP, yes? And they said yes.
You will totally get champion XP in Crossroads.
In Crossroads.
Guarantee you.
Okay.
Yes.
But not just by putting them in your world.
No.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
What else?
let's see.
We got a lot of.
If we could go back to the level Keith was
Yep.
working on, there's this great shot where he had this kind of dais using a lot of effects, and then a big guy dropping
Oh,
down.
yeah.
And hitting
Oh, that
him.
was actually that was another one actually,
Oh, really?
not this one.
Oh.
Yeah. He has Keith, level.
Oh.
We'll switch. We'll keep on switcherooing.
Before we
so,
do that, I think you had like this prop, and I just wanted to talk about this one real quick. Like,
Okay.
this guy is like, not only is it a topper, but one of my favorite uses of it is to flip it on its side, and then like stick it inside of like a column, and then put a flame inside of it, so it can be like a sconce.
Oh yeah.
And also, it's what I used on the front of the train to make those.
Oh, the train's
The
all
cow
okay,
catcher.
yeah.
Well, the cow catcher is actually the.
That's the corner pieces.
Yeah, it's the corner piece that I just triplicated. But let's.
Cool thing is you made the tracks also with Codian.
Yep,
archive
everything
pieces.
in this train and in the track comes in the Codian archive pack.
Did you make the
That's all.
trees with Codian archive?
I did not. In the train. Let's see, how many glues did I do with this?
Well, that might be why your prop count's so high. You glued so many things together.
All right, so the front of these, like each of these little buttons.
Oh, they're.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Oh.
Yeah, they're that piece with the bounce pad stuck in the middle of it. So that's how I did that, and then this is just.
Someone said that's a really painful cow
Yeah,
catcher.
cow impaler.
Yeah. Maybe cows are really rabid on this world. I don't know.
That's true. We're dealing with Codian cows.
Yeah.
Also, someone asked if it gets up to 88 miles per hour.
I think it gets up to 87, and then like we just don't have the right colored logs.
And then it flies off the track.
Yeah, and then it flies off the track. So you wanted to go into this one,
I was thinking, well, this one also is great.
or are you
No, no.
thinking about the other one?
I was thinking about the shot with the giant gate that you had to walk up and you taunt the guy and then he punks you.
Well, we also have.
Oh, that's
yeah.
a different one. Yeah.
Yeah. We haven't shown the doors and also their on and off states either.
Oh, yeah.
Doors are awesome.
Yeah, all new sounds too. Because the animation on the doors have kind of a staggered open animation. They kind of choo 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 choo. Yeah, and the portcullis is really cool.
Yeah, I love that one. I'm glad we finally used this.
There it is.
Let's raise it up a little bit.
Yeah, and this kind of, I mean, I know this is Codian stuff, but man, color that yellow and you have like a elven door for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that is just awesome. Actually, even you could, what's it look like when it's powered the other way? Below it.
Oh.
Yeah, you could use it that way too.
Yeah,
Huh?
absolutely.
Yeah. That's interesting.
I wonder if you could even like pace it after like 0.5 seconds to catch it in the middle
Yeah.
of going down, make
Oh.
even more neat shots.
Man, you can use it both ways. Oh.
So you could have a door going upwards or downwards.
Yep.
Yeah. And then they would look different too. Oh man.
It's also a cool shield when you flip it upside down and equip it. It is totally like an elven shield. Like
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I could easily see that. So cool.
Let's,
They're gonna rotate it and see what it looks like.
I want to equip it.
Man, after my own heart. That's
Where's our
that's
bro?
just
Where's our bro dude?
He's all the way over on your left, right.
Or left, right?
Now behind you.
Okay. We're just gonna put it here.
Yeah.
Attach the equip ring.
Oh, the equip brain.
What if the void originated in some Codian's fridge?
Cowboy Bebop style.
I must be a Codian then, because my fridge is bad.
So it's over there.
Yeah, there we go.
You see it.
That's gonna be a huge shield.
Go big or go home. I like my shields like garage doors, man.
Yeah. I think block is triangle or Y.
I was trying. Let me move it. and then
Triangle.
Uh-oh. We're probably gonna get in trouble for
Nice. Very cool.
that. All right.
Yeah, that looks rotated. That shield looks pretty awesome. Assassin's Creed wristbands, absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looks
I can see
pretty.
that.
Looks pretty metal.
Yeah.
It's more metal than your mom's kettle.
One of the funny things I like is what the human character looks like when he equips the Codian or the Codian pieces. He has the clothing of the Codian.
Yeah, have we done that
Golem?
yet?
Oh no! Go for it.
Yeah.
Here.
It's all you.
Switcher.
It's all
Switcher
you,
doing.
BJ.
Yeah, it's so cool. Get over here. Oh yeah, so you showed the paint. Pack comes
Yep.
with the new paint.
Yeah.
And with terrain tinting, that's going to just be so powerful.
Face
And
stuff
I
like-
really like how it melds so perfectly with your props too. So it's really easy to do both of them.
One cool thing is if you kind of like add some noise into your props and then paint them, you can kind of get this uneven wall look and feel. And it looks relatively organic. I was pretty happy with it.
That's what I use for the ceiling
Oh, that's
and that first area.
it reminds me of like the eagle helmets from Return of the King, the helmet that that Aragorn wore at the end. But it gets pretty skimpy.
Yeah. Yeah, I recommend putting some pants on him.
Yeah. But you can make him all Golem and
It's like the Elysium battle armor too.
a bit like-
yeah.
Yeah. So now you're on your way to making a steampunk guy.
Or you can make a sexy steampunk guy to give him the Codian pants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I really like the helmet on this guy as well. Looks super interesting. Another cool thing is a lot of the stuff comes as props.
Yep. Yeah. So we turned some of the more major elements of the outfit. We took the helmet, the chest armor, one of them embraces, and I think this thigh pad or this one, and then turned those into props. So because we thought people they'll want to destroy these guys and have them blow up. And then so they can shoot off a bunch of the pieces, or you could maybe have to run around and collect the pieces to build this guy, and then have him as a pet fight with you, or something like that.
Man, so cool.
Yeah, we're gonna have like a steampunk Magic Mike game before we pursue.
I also kind of really enjoy not only this pack really modular, but it's also very I don't know what the word is, straddling the gap between realms and sci-fi.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it does it really, really well. Like, this can definitely be sci-fi, very easy to think of it as sci-fi, but also it exists in our fantasy realm, in our world, and it lives there very, very well. So, I mean, it's just a kind of... I have a lot of respect for the art direction put into this pack, because I feel like that's hard to do, and it was, in my opinion, looks great.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the question came up about making current clothes props. It's not something we're going to be doing anytime in the near future. I mean, possibly down the line, but with your regular clothes, it's nothing. They don't have any actually. What is it? What's the technical term?
Back faces?
Back faces. Yes, thank you.
No problem.
You don't have any back faces, so
With backpacks, it's something we've been, starting to do because that's a little easier, but
Yeah, this is cool.
just a little water pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, initially had that golem in the other area standing on a block
safe.
of ice.
I'm in the healing pool.
Oh, a block of ice. Oh, very
Yeah,
cool.
but then it's like, I'll just use props from this pack.
So, what is he? Someone was actually asking what he looks like if he's wearing clothes and you put those armor pieces on top,
Oh.
which is. It's
If he's
awesome
just
you
like
can
a
do that.
normal peasant.
Yeah, just dressed like something else, then you can now put those clothing pieces on top of it.
Mm.
That's it's still totally doable via attachments. It's gonna take you
Yeah.
a little while longer.
Let's see. Normal clothes. Maybe some squire gloves. Peasant pants. Maybe some peasant boots.
Ari said he's going to be streaming this
Peasant
pack
capris.
tomorrow, building with it for sure.
Yeah, I think for a lot of people, this is what they've been waiting for. For like a lot of people have been wanting to make cool new architecture pieces. This is what I've been waiting for.
I've been playing around with like the stuff that's come in this pack. We've had it for some of it 2 years now. Like
A couple of these pieces were built a long time ago
Yeah.
for a demo, and
Oh yeah, the grate. We haven't even talked about that. Or the pressure plate.
yeah. Oh yeah, the pressure plate. Let's grab. Here we go. So there's like the armor.
I'm a big fan of doing interiors, and this just like.
Oh, you guys scaled this
It's
guy up,
everything.
huh?
Oh yeah, sorry. You can scale him back down if you want.
Oh, that's alright.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just how do I want to attach it? To the character studio? Sure, why not? Put it on the back side. You can use either one as the front, of course.
No, I was just realizing that. It's like before when you had characters with new kind of clothing, you had to kind of delete them and add a new one. But with these, you can now actually kind of equip armor real time to a character with this. Kind of like equip a chest piece on.
Yeah.
Like while you're watching them do it.
Yeah, for sure.
It's looking pretty cool. It's like
Yeah.
it's like a
Curtis or something?
skimpy little breastplate.
Mm-hmm. Scale it down, make it a jaw thing, make a helmet out of it.
Someone said Bane mask.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. A Bane mask.
God, the community's 2 steps ahead of us with these jokes.
What was the other thing you guys were just talking about? Something?
That's pressure pad.
Oh yeah.
That's the default brain of it.
Oh yeah. Did you show the bounce pad with the default brain?
I didn't show it actually in action. I just
Okay.
showed what it looks like when it is on and off state.
Yeah. So there's 2 gameplay devices and 3 gameplay devices. The Codian terminal. I mean it. I'm not going to call it a gameplay device because we didn't put any gameplay on it by default. But this has been a long time coming. The pressure plate. We've wanted to get one of these in the game for some time now, and some bounce pads out here. So these are animated props. They'll have lights and animation and new sounds. But by default, this thing will shoot you up into the air. Boing. Boing. Yep. So that's cool. As an alternative to the library brain that we have in there for bounce pads for little bounce things. So this one's this one's handled a little differently. And then the pressure plate, the default brain on this one, you walk up to the plate, step on it, and then it'll spawn a buddy. Now, keep in mind this character's been scaled up, so that's why he looks mini.
It's like a cute little minion.
But yeah.
That's so cool.
So the plate has...
It's the cat we keep in the stream room. Don't worry about it, Keith.
I thought that was my stomach. I was like, I just ate lunch.
Oh, do we have a... There we go. Yeah, so power on, power off, power on, power off.
Very
Nice.
cool.
And the same thing
I think
with
in all of these, like right now, there's this kind of metallic thing with this blue light. Even these could easily be recolored. I'm seeing like possibly some kind of I said warm earth tone, but this guy could be like sandstone before, like, or obsidian or some kind of other like old world kind of stone, and then you can recolor these guys, and then it just brings it back onto Earth. You know, if you don't want that sci-fi kind of feel, or if you don't want that elven kind of otherworldly feel,
Why wouldn't
you
you?
could.
though?
Why wouldn't you? Maybe you want to,
I
you know,
know,
Egyptian tomb,
There's
or
plenty of reasons.
maybe you want to build a ziggurat out of
Ooh.
Codian archive stuff.
Someone was just saying Stargate with this,
Oh yeah, for sure.
which actually, little known fact, Stargate based their entire show off of this pack.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I think that is a little known.
Didn't
I
they
don't
travel
know.
in time?
Right, exactly. They came to the future, they saw this, and they were like, we need to make a show about
It's
this.
because like if Battle Cat was a
Yeah.
Kodian ring.
If Battlecat was a Codian ring. Yeah, this place is cool.
And then if you want to, to your right a little bit.
I like the little kind of little eagle thing going on up here.
Yeah.
Those crisscross in such awesome
Yeah.
ways. And there's also the to your right there, and down a little bit. This guy. Oh man.
Oh, this thing? Yeah.
Yeah.
Keith, you put this together?
Yeah.
So awesome.
It's
And-
cool if you like cool stuff.
It's kind of these rings that are rotating around each other, and you have these other, as you see, you have like I don't know if we can get a shot on it, but
Let's see.
you also have the effect rings, and those are moving
Yeah,
around
I actually
too,
have
right?
the green
Or
light
is
cube.
that-
No, not in this one. It's in
Okay.
the other one that the effects are moving around.
Okay.
And I
You
can
guys.
I can show them what I did with that.
Oh yeah, I mean absolutely. It's
I think that door opens.
Yeah, we didn't set it up as a door yet. But you could.
doors doesn't even need to be there. It's like it's not.
That's
set up
cool.
like-
The half wind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, it looks so good. And you can do so much of this stuff with these circular props. You do this a couple places,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, it looks so great.
And they're so perfect for just like power off because the emissive will turn off and they're all like just
Yep.
inanimate, not moving, and then you
Yeah.
power them all on, the lights come on, and then they start doing their
Yeah,
thing, and then the
it's really sweet.
universe thing shows up that Spencer made, and then you level load to a new world
Yeah.
and you teleport.
Yeah, I was always thinking about that is the teleporter.
Yeah, I like the little pit down there too. Do you want to show something?
Yeah. Sure. So one of the things I did with one of the effects is in this room behind us.
Oh, I already went. I went in that room, but you can go in there again.
We didn't spend much time in it.
So it's kind of quick, but I took
Oh, yeah.
let me bring it out here. I took the energy ring prop. Let's blow it up. And made a globe out of it. So I just
So awesome.
duplicated it several times longitudinally, and then made some latitude versions, and then put a simple yaw brain on it, and it like just rotates around. Let's go put it next to dude face over here.
Man, I can't believe it has been an hour now.
Why?
I know.
Yes, it just rotates. And if you put like the energy glow, I forget what it's called. Like I think it's energy glow from the other effect inside there. You can turn this into like a really neat kind of like hologrammy version of a planet. So
So awesome.
yeah, that's about it for that. At least that.
Let me think.
You
Are there
wanna
any other
go back here?
props that we have not covered yet because we are now over the hour mark? Well, we got the grate. People have been wanting to use.
Scoot over there real quick. Yeah, that's my old setup that Key stole from me.
Oh yeah.
These are this is just a quick example in this area. Oh, you can't see me pointing.
Well, do you want to do it with the controller?
Oh, you got it. No, just
Okay.
zoom in. Well, here, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the pillar set that the pack comes with, and some of these pieces are, you'll see they're named like pillar base and whatnot, but there's about 4 of these things, and there's just some examples of how you can build different pillars and columns with them, or just lay them out broken around or something like that. And then, yeah, these are the 4 great pieces, the 45, the straight, the frayed, and the great. And then this is just kind of just a quick example of how they snap together. If you have the grid snap on, you can make little roller coasters and all that kind of cool fun stuff with them. Yeah, and have energy, flying through them, and make little energy tubes and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and the last thing is
You're
like
in Hadron Collider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we.
Only if you make it large.
Yes.
We have a lot of we have these littler stone pieces too,
Mhm.
where you can these kind of fit well with like say for instance this wall piece here. Say stuff is kind of broken off this wall piece, so maybe rock has kind of fallen from it.
Yeah, it's great creating
Mhm.
rubble and
Yeah, we got 2 different rocks like that. Got that one.
And 2 different rocks, man, it breeds so much diversity. Just those 2 rocks. You can do crazy things. Like, those could make a path, a stone path, super easily. I could see stairs. I could see...
the fin on the back of a dragon or something.
Yeah. I think it might have been Spencer. Somebody did make a really cool set of stairs with those. They scaled them up and then put them, and then just had like these epic staircases.
Oh,
like,
really?
Whoa!
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I actually I always loved the rocks that came in each of the packs, like the ice pack, the desert pack, just the regular pack. So I didn't realize how much I missed rocks until I saw these again.
Yeah, and we
Like
haven't
new
really built
rocks.
any rocks like these. A lot of those other rocks have a lot of wispy carves, curly Q kind
Right,
of stuff
yeah.
going into them, and they're like hyper detailed. And these are just a little, we just wanted to go a little simpler, just bring it back a little bit, and just get a couple simple stones.
Yeah.
Terrified Claudia's going to walk in here at any moment and just say rock and roll since we're talking about roads.
Yeah.
Is that a thing Claude does?
That is
But like,
Claude did it at E3. That's pretty awesome.
yeah, it's like comparing the two of them. Yeah, exactly. I can see what you mean. Like
These
this-
are much more, what's the word, utilitarian, right?
Yeah.
You can interact with these a lot easier because they're much kind of more solid shape, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yep.
Also, they're going to make great icons, just looking at their icons.
Yeah, exactly. So, I think that might have been all the props. If we missed a few, you're just gonna have to check them out when this pack releases tomorrow, because this is the next must pack. This
Oh
pack.
god, it's not Thursday. I forgot. It's Thursday. I was
They
like,
still have
well,
one day.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be getting this when I go home tonight because it's gonna be finally available. Nope.
Yep. Nope.
Yeah. But
Tomorrow is my actual Christmas.
yeah, exactly. I mean, it's pretty cool, right? That we did the Epic Artist World Builder last week and Codian Archives this week.
Yeah.
Two huge things back to back.
Yeah, we've been busy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't have a pack next week for you because these past 2 weeks, these two packs are like 2 months worth of amazing stuff.
Who says we should just release it today?
Oh, right.
Trust me.
Guys, so we didn't think
If
of
we
that.
could, I would.
Yeah, we need to wait for all the users to download the update because there's actually a few things in the update that make this work properly for you. Think that'll do it. Yeah. So thanks everyone.
Yep.
Codian Archives releases tomorrow. Get ready for some really cool stuff.
And just before we go out, we have Brian Perry, right? Spark Brian with us.
Mm-hmm.
BJ. Keith.
Hello.
And are you on camera, Keith? You're
I
kind of
think
on
so.
camera. You have on
But you're not on.
Whatever. No one cares.
And me.
Oh, how much people ask?
It's just
It
big
is.
thundering voice of God.
People ask how much. Just for those that didn't hear it, introductory price 900 tokens, 36,000 credits for premium members.
And that is going to come at a discount while it's just in the marketplace. So if you want to give a discount, buy it when it comes out.
Yep.
I just realized something. You did the tutorial VO, right?
What?
Did you do the tutorial VO?
No.
No?
Once upon a time, a while
That
ago,
was a
I
fun
did.
tangent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a fun
Keith's
tangent.
voice has been in the game.
Yeah, it has been in the game at one point. But
Okay, then I won't let you go out on an iconic quote. But thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in.
Yep, go Hawks.
Yeah.
Go Hawks!
Create your game as you play? Any Spark can do it. Spark, activate the portals.